Hey everyone, welcome to Reality Report with Ryan, where I talk about news, politics, debunking fake news, the woke mind virus, all from the perspective of a center-right leaning man who happens to be gay, but don't worry, we're not the Rainbow Mafia over here. So like, subscribe, and join us to lose your mind as we are every single day. Y'all, why is it that all of these Democrats believe the most ridiculous that comes across their feed, and then they decide to go on TikTok and make videos about it? You literally, almost every single little theory that they come up with about alligator Alcatraz or deportations, ICE wearing masks, any other things that they say can be debunked with a 5-second Google search. Not to mention, ChatGPT is even better. So if you have ChatGPT, which everyone does because it's free unless you want to pay for the extra services like I do, you'll get better search results. It really doesn't even matter though. Like, you literally just have to Google it. So I found a couple of TikToks today that are quite disturbing. I mean, they're laughable to us because we know that they're not true, but it's quite disturbing knowing how many people actually believe this shit in their comments. Over 7,000 people in this first video I'm about to show actually believe everything that this woman is saying, and all of it is completely untrue.
Don't know what's going on. A girl on TikTok came on here and said that one of her neighbors received a government contract asking them to install a bunch of incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. They're installing incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz. Alligator Alcatraz is on indigenous land. It's like protected land. Two, there are migrants. There's people being washed ashore
Hold
with
on.
shackles on.
You listen to the propaganda. Listen to the propaganda. First of all, my neighbor told me that somebody else told them that someone was contracted to have incinerators at Alligator Alcatraz, which is on indigenous land. Pretty sure that all of America is indigenous land to somebody. Girl, the Everglades belongs to Florida. It belongs to the United States. Like, what are we even talking about here? You got to throw in the indigenous because you have to have all of those extra layers of. Sorry, I had to look to make sure I'm still recording. You have to have all those extra layers of virtue signaling on top. You got to layer all of them over and over and over. You can't just have your fake story of incinerators were being purchased. I know because a friend of a friend of a friend told me that some random person told them that there's some type of a contract going on to buy incinerators, just like in the Holocaust. Like, y'all, as soon as somebody with an active brain cell and a connected brain stem hears that, you should immediately understand that this was made up. Like, we live in the United States. We do not live in 1930s Germany. You don't go. You would not even be able to begin to create any type of contract to incinerate live human beings. All right. Like, this is the most ridiculous shit. This is an example of how far the left has gone into the deep end of absolute insanity and stupidity and mental retardation and utter lack of any thirst for any type of knowledge whatsoever. Like, they want to live in this craziness. They want to live in this crazy world that they have fantasized about for themselves, that they've literally drawn up out of nothing. This world that they're living in doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. We actually have federal immigration laws that the previous administration was not following. Now, they did deport people, though. No outrage, of course. But they were not following all of our immigration laws, and they surpassed everything that they possibly could. They were not even adhering to our Constitution. They were not adhering to our laws. And yet, y'all think that not you guys that regularly listen, but any lefties that happen to see this video, y'all really think that you're protecting democracy and preventing us from having a king when our Constitution has that covered. Y'all just don't agree with the Constitution, and you don't agree with democracy because we all voted for mass deportations. We voted for our laws to be followed, and now they have nothing left but to completely fabricate information and spread it online as far and vast as they possibly can. And all these literal idiots just keep believing what the most ridiculous, unhinged shit that they could possibly ever believe. Let's hear what else she has to say.
On. People are finding people on beaches wearing shackles.
Yeah.
This is the level that we're at. There's another girl on TikTok who is tracking flights, government flights, or like leaving detention centers, and they are just going out into the ocean and then turning around.
Are they?
Just going out and turning around.
She was tracking them?
The flights are not making it to their destinations.
Oh, yeah?
2 plus
Where's
2
the
does
evidence?
not equal 4. You understand what's going on right now.
Yeah,
There's
you're
another
lying.
guy on TikTok who said that he got pulled over by the cops. He's an American citizen. He just happened to have a Spanish last name. And they went and they looked through his information. They were like, we can't find you in any system. He's like, well, huh? He had like several IDs because he lived in a couple of different states. He was like,
oh,
well,
really?
I have this ID. I have my motorcycle ID. I have this.
Oh, these people are literally stating the evidence. Let me give you a little story time. This is actual personal experience. Okay. I, in the past, over 10 years ago, used to run a restaurant, and the previous general manager of that restaurant didn't actually care about whether the employees were legal or not. And so she knowingly, hopefully she's not watching this. Hopefully y'all never figure out who this is. But the statute of limitations is already passed anyway, so you're safe. It's okay. But she knowingly accepted social security cards that were fake. All right. So, and this is from personal experience. All right. I was not in charge of this hiring process. I did not have anything to do with any of this past that point. So if ICE wants to come after me and ask me questions, go ahead, come ask me questions. It's fine. I will comply, unlike some people. However, I know for a fact that the main office periodically got notification that these social security numbers were fake. AKA also their driver's licenses were fake, or at least based off of fake information. So what did they do? They came in with new social security cards and therefore got new IDs. I don't even know if I actually ever knew any of their real names, you guys. I actually dated a guy one time who initially lied to me and said his name was Aaron. And then stupidly on our first date, he had his ID out, or his passport, and it said Jose. So I immediately knew this man is illegal. He's lying about his age. I found that out, and stupidly I just continued with it. Turns out he was actually like using this man, and still is to this day, as someone to basically anchor him to this country. So, yeah, we're not friends anymore. But the fact is that if you don't speak English, which I'm assuming this person didn't, that she's talking about, if this is even a real situation, all right? Sometimes they use real situations, but they don't actually understand them or care to understand them. All that they care about is spreading propaganda. So I'm going to just assume this person did not speak English at all. They have a completely Spanish name. You can't find them in any system, and they have multiple IDs with different names on them. And even if it's the same name, different states, you only should have one ID. You should not have multiple states' IDs, because once you get another state ID, generally that other state ID previously is invalid now. Okay. You're not supposed to have multiple state IDs. So one could solidly and intelligently assume that this person potentially was an illegal immigrant. And she has no idea about any of this information. Just like she's not going to share any proof of this at all. And I have proof that I'm going to show after this, that she's full of total bullshit. Or she actually believes that so-and-so from so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so and such and such actually is telling the truth. And she could totally believe them because she saw them on TikTok and they're liberal. Stupidity at its finest.
And then the cops were like, oh, you can thank your friends at ISIS. So they're taking people, American citizens. He's white, by the way. He just had a Spanish last name. They're taking people who have American nationals who have Spanish last names, removing them from databases.
Are
so
they?
that when they get pulled over by cops and people like that, they go, oh, you're not in the system. You're
an
illegal immigrant. You're an illegal alien. So they can detain them. Do you understand what's going on right now?
Yeah, you're full of shit. Yeah, you're full of actual shit. And I have proof. So here's the proof. I mean, literally, it actually just takes seconds. It takes actual just like seconds out of your day. Seconds. Like, are these people really serious, or are they actually just spreading false information because they know that there's so many stupid people on the left that will just see their video, and since it resonates with what their hatred is towards Trump, it's just automatically truth and they make money off of it? I don't know. I really don't know if people can, like, is it possible that there's so many people that are actually this gullible and this stupid and want to hate Donald Trump so much that they are literally just willing to believe whatever TikTok video comes their way that resonates with their hatred? I can't even fathom it. I can't fathom it. But here we are. Is there any evidence that ICE is taking immigrants and pushing them into the ocean? There is no credible evidence that U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, aka ICE, is taking immigrants and pushing them into the ocean. PolitiFact. Left wing. Investigated viral TikTok claims suggesting ICE deportation flights were circling over the ocean, like this last idiot just said, and dumping migrants into the sea. So even though she claims that this girl that she follows so closely, who's probably like, she doesn't even know, was tracking, and I've seen her post, was tracking flights over the ocean by ICE, which she clearly wasn't, they found no evidence to support this. The claim was rated pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Not true. It's not true. That's not. No investigative reports or airline incident logs. No official or media documentation. Bodies found in the Mediterranean or Spanish waters, which is what they're referring to, have been linked to separate migration routes, not to ICE deportation. Okay, so if someone's doing it, it's not the United States. It's not. It's these countries that y'all are waving the flags of in LA. It's those ones. If this is actually happening, it's the people that you are actually rallying in the streets, rioting, attacking ICE officers in support of. Like, you cannot make this stuff up. So conclusions. Completely unfounded. It's unfounded. So then I asked, is there any evidence that alligator Alcatraz has ordered incinerators to incinerate immigrants? The answer, as we all suspected, all of us who actually have any level of intelligence left and independent thought left in our brains whatsoever, we already knew this, but here's the evidence just in case you need to send it to a fucking retarded idiot. There is no credible evidence that Alligator Alcatraz, the controversial immigrant detention facility, only controversial because these people love criminals, in Florida, has ordered incinerators to incinerate immigrants. Absolutely none. PolitiFact, yet again, left wing, investigated a viral TikTok claiming that contractors were installing incinerators to Alligator Alcatraz. Did this girl even hear this from someone else, or did she just make this up? And is this the actual TikTok video that they investigated? And it's still up on TikTok, even knowing that it is completely false. Just saying. There is no government documentation or responsible reporting to support the allegations. No incinerators were being installed there. The original poster later retracted the claim, so maybe she retracted it if this is even her. But there's probably like so many people out here that are making these videos now. And all these people that are perpetuating this belief, posting it on Facebook, posting it on Instagram, posting it on X, that of course on X, you're going to be torn apart immediately. So posting it on Blue Sky because they all left X because they're afraid of the truth. Oh. Miami New Times and Lead Stories also examined the claims, finding that the video showing large metal containers labeled as incinerators was actually filmed in Minnesota in early 2024 and in a commercial setting unrelated to the detention center. There is no evidence of any planned incinerator installation at the Florida facility. And a DHS spokesperson claims this is beyond disgusting because it is. You are literally downplaying the Holocaust. These people are actually downplaying something that happened to millions of people. Jews, gay people, black people, etc. Literally downplaying what actually happened not even 100 years ago to millions of people. And these people claim that they are the people who actually care more about people than anyone else. And they're actually downplaying the biggest massacre, ethnic cleansing in history to peddle completely fabricated stories that are 100% proved untrue within seconds. And all of these people, like, I want to look at these comments. Okay, so I'm sorry that it looks weird, but in the spirit of time, I'm just going to leave it like this, so hopefully you guys can see it. Obviously, the first comment is mine, okay? Letting her know that this is not true and saying, y'all say stuff and never show any proof. Where's the proof? Of course, nobody's going to reply unless they tell me that I'm stupid. Of course, that's going to stay. But if I tell anyone that they're stupid on TikTok, it gets taken down. So the German guy incinerated, reincarnated in Trump. Trump's grandpa is German, FY. Yeah, there's a lot of people that are German. A lot. There's like millions of Germans in this world. And most of them are not Nazis. His grandfather was German. That has nothing to do with him being evil. He's American made, not German. All his voters will be held accountable. You wish. The president is sounding this is illiterate, and everyone is allowing it. It's terrifying. Yes, all of this fake news is completely terrifying. Yeah, it would be if it was real. It's not. Unless ICC steps in, nobody will ever be held accountable for what? Following our Constitution? Following our federal laws? They don't care. They don't know. No, you don't know, girl. You don't know. Southern Storm, you don't know. But Kamala was a woman. I can't understand why the International Crime Court is not taking action. Because none of this is happening. None of it is happening. Isawa. What is that? A Shmuslim? Probably. history is repeating itself. Yeah, actually, history is repeating itself. Actually, history is repeating itself in the form of anti-Semitism spreading across all of these different countries in all of these different political sides. Like, it's not just the Democrats, it's all. There is rampant anti-Semitism spreading across the left and the right and the middle and all of it. All of this stuff, all of this Nazi propaganda is coming up now. It is all being recirculated, and all of these idiots, both on the left and the right, are believing it, that the Jews run the world and they control all of the banking systems and all of this crap, which isn't, that they use magical rituals to control the weather. Like, all of these things are being recirculated again. This was created by the Nazis. This was created by Hitler. This was formulated by the people that worked for him and is still used to this day throughout the Middle East in the schooling systems. And now it's also being used in our, well, throughout history, it has been also used in the United States colleges. This is actually taught to people, all right, on some level. Probably not the level that it is in the Middle East, but there are connections between people that came here that worked for the Nazis and came here and worked for our CIA and also came here and worked in our education systems, adopting some of these beliefs. And now it's reaching all around, and we see it especially on college campuses, which is easy proof that it is being taught in colleges by people that were probably appointed by Nazi sympathizers. And so now, yeah, history is repeating itself, but y'all aren't helping. Y'all are spreading propaganda. Fake news, completely fabricated. We know it's fake. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous that I even have to make a video about this saying this isn't true at all. Like, none of this is. You are literally saying that the United States is kidnapping migrants, illegal migrants, and taking them on planes into the middle of the ocean and pushing them out. Like, nobody would ever figure that out. Like, nobody would ever come after them if they actually did that. The ICC would definitely come after the United States, and it should be proof enough that they're not when they actually go after other countries for bullshit. They're not even, there's not one single inkling of a proof that they are even interested in anything that's happening over here right now. But these people go online and thoroughly convince there are 7,495 people that commented on her on this video, and I have not seen one single person dissent, not one, besides me, that has told her that this is, or any of these idiots, that this is completely false. Like, thousands of people on one TikTok post just immediately believe that this is true. Does that terrify y'all? Leave a comment in the comment section below. Click the like button. Make sure that you're subscribed so you don't miss any episodes. Do all of those things to help tell the algorithm to send this video out to more people, because more people need to see the lies that are being told and how many people are actually just believing it. I will see you all in the next one.